Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, March 25th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tonight at 9 p.m. You ever notice that the difference between gentleness and abrasiveness or aggressiveness to oneself? Whatever our minds are challenged with will melt the moment that we turn towards gentleness. And you just take a moment to feel this deep, sweet, gentle presence inside of us. You can feel it any time you choose. You will never be harmed or led astray by being truly gentle with you. And most of us don't explore more gentle. But it's the fastest way to healing ourselves. Believe it. Gentleness is existence loving you. We all have the desire. And what are most people looking for on this planet? What? Happiness, right? Be happy. And we all have the desire to be happy and enjoy this amazing opportunity to be alive. Yet, it just happens that sometimes we get distracted, sidetracked, mesmerized, or even addicted to something which makes us forget what brings real, true joy into our lives. Now, I'm going to share some steps or practical global secrets to happiness that are absolutely guaranteed to get you back on track and bursting with love, lightness, and laughter every day, not just once in a while. Now, it can feel like a mechanical approach to happiness, yet once we understand the mechanics of happiness and how it works and exactly what we need to do to create it, we can welcome it into our lives more and more and more each day. And number one, find meaning in this life. The word meaning is this context is all about our will to live in this world. Meaning is the cornerstone of happiness. Without meaning, life is utterly empty and deprived of purpose. Without meaning, life is utterly empty and deprived without a purpose. When we have a good reason to get up in the morning, we feel excited about life and good about ourselves and the world. When we are aligned with our greater mission for being here, our life mission and sole purpose, we feel we have a real mission to attend to. We may then want to leap out of bed and jump on our day to tackle new opportunities with zest and excitement. Meaning gives us motivation to move forward and enjoy the tremendous variety of experiences life is guaranteed to bring. The first step to find meaning in our lives is to find out what is truly important to you. What do you prioritize above everything else? When you find out what this is, pour your time and energy into it. Most people find that what's important are their relationships. And sure, we can find great meaning in our work, a hobby, traveling, serving the community, games, activities, recreation, and even sporting events. Yet, when we spend real quality time with our partner, our family, friends, a child, our parents, a lover, coworker, or a lover who is a coworker, it doesn't matter if we are not doing things we really enjoy doing. When we can bond deeply with another, we feel connected and deeply loved with this, and this brings us the greatest meaning in life. We can find that through just being alone, holding hands with a friend in silence, the incredible spiritual depth of life pour naturally through, and the most ordinary moments become extremely meaningful and deeply enjoyable. The second aspect of finding greater meaning in this life involves developing a spiritual belief system or an expansive way of understanding that perceives the bigger picture of reality. This could simply be taking time to have a conversation with God, spending time alone along a healing ritual, creating a sacred space for praying, meditating, or just laying out at the beach, worshiping the sun. When the mind feels connected to something that is bigger than itself, it tends to find meaning in the simplest of things. When we have a real spiritual approach to life in place, we can endure the most painful challenges that life can bring. When we create a super strong spiritual connection to the divine, then everything we say, hear, do comes from a place of tremendous meaning and a highly enlightening perspective behind it. We don't have to know the grand spiritual meaning of life to find real happiness. We just have to find or choose to find meaning in our day with what we're doing and why we are doing it. Try it out. See what happens to you by creating more meaning in the next 24 hours of your life. Notice how you feel tomorrow by adding to your list just 5 more reasons to be excited about being alive. The more meaning you can find, the more you'll naturally desire to creatively engage in this life and be part of it. When we are eager to be involved in a more intimate experience of this life, we end up manifesting a life that we love to live. The great author, Viktor Frankl, wrote a book in 1946 called Man's Search for Meaning. He talks about the people who survived the concentration camps and who didn't survive and why. He found that the survivors were not the ones who were the most physically fit, yet were the people who had the most meaning in their lives. They were devoted to surviving because they looked forward to seeing their husband, wife, children, and loved ones again. Some prisoners said they survived because they were passionate about preventing this travesty from ever happening again. Their will to live through such an insane torture didn't come from some fierce willpower to be a survivor who could be tough and overcome any pain. They made it because they believed if they could perhaps just make it through one more day, they may possibly reunite with that one thing they gave them a true, heartfelt, loving connection. Another aspect is positive emotion. This may seem obvious, yet sometimes we aren't always conscious if we are feeling or when we are feeling, thinking, and behaving in a positive way. Positive thoughts lead to positive feelings, and this blossoms into an overall feeling of contentment and happiness by the day's end. This approach is almost mathematical in that there must be a larger sum of positive emotions than negative ones for the overall sensation of inner happiness to manifest itself. We must choose to realize that spending 1 minute fretting and worrying about something is 60 seconds of lost happiness we couldn't have been having. When we find a way to tip our emotional scale towards the sea of positive emotions throughout the day, we can feel as if we're floating in an ocean of joy by the end of each day. By creating the habit of inventing more positive feelings than negative on an hour-by-hour basis, there will be a good feeling of happiness inside our souls by the time we go to bed. It is important to know that tipping the scale towards the positive doesn't mean we are trying to escape from the negative emotions. The happiest people in the world are the ones who willingly welcome and can even enjoy the full range of human emotion. The most fulfilled people on the planet still experience guilt, shame, grief, anger, and never try to escape those emotions. They embrace everything that arises as a gift from the divine. If we truly, or when we truly want to become fulfillionaires in this life, we need total freedom, which means access to the full range of emotions to choose from. The first strategy to embracing any negative emotion is finding what is good about it. The more you can embrace the negative, the more you can bounce back into the positive. The more you try to avoid the negative, the more it clings to you like superglue. So what is the hardest negative emotion for you to handle? Which one do you resist the most? Fear, shame, guilt, anger, or maybe sadness? Diving into the emotion, see where the pendulum will swing when it's over and starts creating a positive emotion for you. Another strategy to create positive emotions are creating more time doing things that make you smile. Things like watching a funny movie, visiting a good friend who makes you laugh, getting a massage, making love, going for a sunset walk, or reading an enlightening article are all great ideas. Perhaps you like to do the unordinary and are into preparing a raw food dinner, walking through the forest barefoot, or playing silly imaginary games with the kids next door. Whatever it is that lifts you up needs to be a priority in your schedule. Just put those things that give you positive emotion higher on the priority list, and when you're doing it, be mindful about it. Being mindful is huge in the world of happiness because it means that when you're walking barefoot at the beach, you are truly there at the beach. You are not thinking about the sale at the shopping mall or the list of all the other things you should be doing while you're relaxing at the beach. When you're mindful, you are fully present in the wind, to the wind, the sun, the sand, the water, and the warmth. You're smelling the fresh ocean breeze so deeply that it touches the back of your brain. The secret here is using all five senses to take in your full beach experience as if it was for the first or last time you'll ever be there. When we are using all of our bodily senses that we can truly tap into the most positive healing emotions which bring us real happiness and make our hearts sing. Another aspect is utilizing your potential. This secret is all about realizing and utilizing your innate strengths. Your strengths are those natural abilities that you were born with or learned at some point in your life that you still enjoy doing. If you don't know what your innate strengths are, simply look at what you love to do. What did you do last year that you remember loving more than anything else? Notice what your heart is drawn to doing out of love instead of retracting out of need, greed, or fear. Ask yourself, really, what is my bliss? And this will be a place of energy and deep fulfillment for you. Discover what ignites you, fascinates you, pulls your chain. This is where your greatest potential will casually be hiding. When you discover the place of perpetual curiosity about this life, the most normal of days soon become the most delicious and amazing days of all. The most normalist, right? The most normal of days soon become the most delicious and amazing days of all. As we practice using our ability to see the potential within ourselves, within others, within an opportunity or a situation, we can feel unstoppable in anything that we do. We then become happy to be of service to the world, helping humanity to a better place. because we are simply singing a better song. Of course, humanity will greatly appreciate it, and you'll feel wonderful about yourself. Being appreciated by those you look up to for doing things that you love doing is a secret formula for an instant surge of happiness. It may not last long, yet we stop being motivated by feelings of fear and boldly move forward, living a helpful life that we can really love. Fear is powerful and can stop us from finding happiness very quickly. Yet if we focus on the potential in a situation, the fear simply is hidden from view. For example, let's say you may move into a new house and the neighbor invites you for dinner, and initially you feel shy and afraid to meet these new people. Yet, if you see the potential in the connection and the new relationship and what you'll learn from opening up to it, then you'll become super eager to join them for dinner and end up gifting them wine and dessert. If you can see every person or situation as having unlimited potential, then you won't be afraid of anything. You'll naturally be excited about whatever it is you're doing and see everything as a living, breathing adventure. Another aspect is having healthy relationships. Studies have proven that the happiest people in the world have deep, intimate, meaningful relationships that they love. When we hang out with people who respect us, treat us with love, compassion, empathy, kindness, and support, we walk away feeling lighter, freer, and more alive. Find out who these people are in your life and pour your time and energy into them. Stop giving your energy to those who don't appreciate you. This is huge and will shift everything. You may need to put a time boundary around those people who don't make you feel good about yourself, or stop seeing them at all. Eventually, they will intuitively figure out that they need to shift and become a more positive, open-minded person if they want to continue hanging out with you. It's good to remember that even the healthiest and best of loving relationships need to work. A healthy, loving relationship needs a constant flow of quality time together, deep listening, a feeling of congruence, and radical honesty. You're just spinning your wheels if you're always trying to keep the peace with your mate and holding deep resentments inside. This buildup eventually smothers any love that was there initially. Real happiness in intimate relationships means radical honesty and embodying an attitude of gratitude about your partner. This brings a complete, deep feeling of respect for the other person. When you give your partner this energy, it then becomes easy to give it to yourself. One of the greatest hidden secrets to creating healthy relationships with others is having quality alone time with yourself. When you have enough time alone, you look forward to seeing your partner, feeling that you miss them and yearn to be closer. This desire for our partner cannot be created if we're always connected at the hip. We need space to explore ourselves, find a deeper state of gratitude for the person who loves us. And some people, it's their experience that when they spend a third of their time alone, they naturally deepen on their spiritual paths and effortlessly manifest the most amazing relationships of their lives. This may seem like a lot, yet try it out. You'll see that your time spent with your partner feels like you're connecting with them again for the very first time. Having success, achievement, accomplishments every day is another perspective. We human beings love to feel that we are moving forward with our lives and doing something productive with our time here. Many of us have this burning need for achievement euphoria, which is the little It's this little shot of dopamine to the brain that instantly creates positive emotion the moment we finally complete an enduring project. Studies have shown that when people talk about the happiest times in their lives, they usually share memories about their big life dreams or visions they manifested. They feel they have achieved something great in their lives, and this is what made them extra happy. The secret to this formula is tricky in that we can get stuck in chasing success and feel that we will never arrive. Chasing success cannot bring happiness and can become an addiction if we don't understand what it is we are really seeking. When instead, we choose to fulfill our potential in life, focus on the positive emotions we love, then success becomes a natural byproduct of our highest potentiality being filled. It is said, do what you love and the money will follow. And in this case, it's more like fulfill your highest potential and the money will find you. Another perspective is engagement with life. Being engaged in life means we are doing an activity and our actions and awarenesses are merged as one. This means we are no longer separate from what we're doing, yet rather pushed up to the edge of our ability to merge with life and feel that each moment could just be the greatest moment we could be achieving. Whenever we push ourselves too far beyond our abilities, we experience a rush of anxiety and fear. When we fall beneath our abilities, we experience boredom, lethargy, depression, and lack of motivation. The key is to find that balanced level of activity which challenges us, yet also is enough to give us a sense of purpose, achievement, meaning. When we are merged with life, conscious actions take over mindless activities, and we feel we are some kind of flow with life. And they call this living in the zone, and it is a place where we can easily access the timeless soul we truly are. We are flowing in the zone when hours have passed and it seems like minutes. When we are so ridiculously inspired about something we have forgotten entirely about the world. It's possible to find our own flow zone in anything and everything we do in life. We can find it in a normal conversation, going to work, doing art, sports, music, etc. The zone just shows up when we surrender to the natural flowing river of life. It just seems to take us, especially when we stop paddling so hard up or downstream. Another form of being engaged in life is participating more in the community around us. When we are actively a part of other people's lives, we feel connected to the greater whole, and this brings us peace. Studies show that the most unhappy people in the world live very isolated, separate lives, and are not actively engaged in their community or relationships with others. Engagement is an integral part of true mental health, and it is a powerful way to instantly bring out happiness from the depths. We naturally discover this communal flow while engaging in conscious healing activities in our community. Doing this on a weekly or daily basis, we've tapped into a gold mine that can feed our soul a lifetime of communal pleasures. Balance and moderation. When we discover something in life that we truly love, it can be a bit tempting to throw ourselves into it and only it. When something brings us real joy, positive emotion, deep meaning, and even aesthetic orgasm, and we start doing that thing far too often, then we lose the joy it once brought us. The first piece of chocolate birthday cake will taste amazing, yet the 30th piece would probably make you heave. We must choose to approach everything in this life with a sense of moderation, and this includes moderation. This is the path to real balance, which is where a deep contentment in life will naturally bubble up from. Having balance is also about being moderate with our level of attachment to this world. Everything in life will one day be taken away from us. So we be careful of not getting too attached to anything of this world. It is a fast and highly transient world we live in. People, places, things will often not look or feel the same as they did a few years ago. If you get attached to and dependent upon any one thing, job, person, or achievement for your main source of joy, this approach will one day lead, to devastation. The person who only can find their bliss through work becomes lost the day they get sick or have an injury and cannot work anymore. They instantly feel as they have no place to turn for purpose and meaning. The secret here is finding some level of meaning and joy through everyone and everything that we do, and a bright future to look forward to. There's no reason to live life if we believe in the future is destined for failure, pain, and suffering. The key word here is believe, and that our beliefs are simply ideas that we've surrounded with a great story and lots of emotion. For example, if you strongly believe at the end of your tour work week, you will go out to see the greatest movie that you've loved to watch. You can look forward to this amazing film all week, and there will be a sense of joy constantly flowing through you. If you plan a trip next month, or when you plan a trip next month maybe, to an exotic destination that you've always wanted to visit, you'll find great expectation and anticipation and excitement are with you every week of the way. We need a sense of hope in this life, and a future to believe in, a destiny to look forward to if we are to jump out of bed with sparkles in our eyes. True long-term happiness in this life is real, and it takes work and real creative effort. Whatever we put into it equals exactly what we will get out of it. When we consciously project a deep sense of meaning, purpose, and pleasure into our future, we will discover our present is richer, more alive, and is giving us something worth getting jazzed up about. Being aware of the happiness trap. All of this talk about happiness can make us think that the more we pursue it and attain it, the happier we will be. Be careful, because this is a big trap. Think about those people who have that plastic permagrin on their face. They're always smiling ear to ear. Their happiness is false, fake, and not authentic at the core. Sure, we can flip our frown upside down one moment to see a friend and find that it instantly changes a doom and gloom mood we had all day. Yet when we are always putting on a happy show for the world, thinking that this will get us what we want in life, we end up believing that we always need to have a constant stream of positive things to keep our happy boat afloat. The constant desire for positive emotion and pleasurable things is a trap. If we fall into it, we will always be searching, seeking, and yearning for happiness and never actually arriving. It is not realistic or healthy for us to think we need to be experiencing fun, joy, or positivity in every single moment of our lives. Life is much bigger than this. Life contains a multidimensional exploration of our spiritual essence that is hidden within a framework of the physical duality. Say that one 10 times fast. Say that one 10 times, a framework of physical duality. This life is meant to offer us something more than just a hamburger helper three-dimensional perspective. When we attain access to the whole range of human feelings, we end up finding our true spiritual nature inside and can feel we are arriving in fields of happiness while doing the smallest and simplest of things. And the basic recipe for happiness? If for some horrible reason any of us were pushed and pounded, and we pushed and pounded our way through this life, and tomorrow morning we wake up miserable, anxious, or rushing through our life and cannot remember a single thing about how to become happy, write down this simple recipe for happiness. Stick it on your refrigerator door. It's super easy and highly effective at getting things going in the right direction. Happiness is having someone to love, something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. Happiness is having someone to love, something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. It really is that simple. Once we integrate these three basic things into our everyday lives, we can stop trying to find happiness and we'll realize that it has found us. We must choose to realize that having someone to love is all about deepening our connection with our partner and not just jumping into bed with every new person we meet. When we create long-lasting, loving friendships, we find that they serve as our emotional support system as we grow and age. If we cannot find a mate, they say that even having an animal to love and care for will do. Just having someone to love is powerful and will create enough desire and inspiration in a person dying with terminal cancer to remain alive. Happiness is connected to everything, and it is what connects us to everyone. It is an infinite resource that will always be there for us, meaning every part of our lives has an infinite amount of potential happiness connected to it. We can find unending happiness in our health, relationships, work, money, leisure, etc. When we simply put a little love and energy into it, we find it returns back to us in the most unique ways. As you've seen, there are many paths to finding a sense of well-being and joy in our lives. When we can imagine and envision ourselves being happy every day, we will soon manifest it and learn how to creatively sustain it along the way. This is our point of access, our embrace to a state of inner heaven. This is with us everywhere we are. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax our bodies. We are not the body. We are not the personality, the character. We're not our status in life, name, any of it. We are the God within, the heaven, kingdom of God, the source. So the body is a supermagnetic sponge. As soon as you enter that baby body, it starts absorbing everything. But see, when you're a baby, you're not, how do I put it? You're not affected yet. So you're a pristine vessel. You're taking in everything around you constantly. Everything's a joy. Everything is effortless. It's only when we become burdened through this life, and it is our choosing, that we become burdened, that we take on so many things, emotions, anxieties, fears, worries, stresses that continually bombard us, because the body absorbs all that. Whenever you get angry, we've all been there. How long does it take you to recover from that? How long does it take your body to recover and get balanced again? Now, whenever you are in happiness, is there anything to recover from? No, there isn't. How does it feel to be happy? Wonderful, fantastic, phenomenal. Do you have to be happy because of some big event? No. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. Being happy is just being. Being happy that you're being. Being happy for every moment that you're in the body. Joy. We are here, one of our aspects is to help each other. How do you think that we become more enriched? Our lives become because of our interaction with others. It's the same with the body. The more you're interacting around, the more the body is going to absorb. And the more you begin to realize, do you wish to absorb happiness, positive, good things, or miserable, challenging, rotten things. Happiness is having someone to love, something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. You know when you're looking forward to something, how do you feel? The body, it tells you. You feel kind of light, don't you? You're really looking forward to this, okay? And maybe when it comes, you kind of go, well, I didn't think it was going to be this way, and I've got to tend to this and tend to that and tend to this and tend to that. But when you don't have anything to look forward to, it's kind of gloomy and dim, isn't it? Now, you could say that you look forward to getting up every morning because you're in a body. So you express the understanding that you enjoy the body as long as you're in it. So you look forward to being in the body every day. There's a lot of little things. It doesn't have to be material. It can be anything. Happiness is having someone to love, something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. See, with me, it's the meditations, it's the calls, it's the information gathering and putting out there with everyone. It's helping people, assisting. These are all joys. These are all happinesses. So, you create, each of us create for ourselves. Once we start to get that, when you practice happiness, happiness will be there. When you practice doom and gloom and sadness, doom and gloom and sadness will be there. It's what you practice. It's what you put your attention on. I've been around people that just decided through their life that they were going to be happy people. And they're happy people. They don't have to have anything to make them happy. They are just genuinely happy people. You ever met people like that? And you sit there and go, how are they like that? How can they just be that? Was that fake? Are they putting it on? How can anybody be that way? And you might ask them, what do you do to be happy every day? And they'll tell you, and it'll be real simple. You'll think it's going to be, an encyclopedia, but it's real simple. Happiness is having someone to love, whether it's a dog, a cat, whoever. Something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. In this life, can any of those not be fulfilled? They all can, 1,000 times over. So it's like when we know the body, right? We know it. Some know it more than others, and some don't know it at all. So we know it absorbs things. So why don't we? So it's like, well, why don't I have my body absorb happiness and joy and good things, so that you manifest those, you create them. I don't care to be around people that are doom and gloom, pessimistic. I care to be around people that are uplifting and happy. Have you ever been around people like that? I'm sure we all have, one time, shape, form, or another. And how do you feel? You're lifted. You feel lighter. You like being around people like that. Of course, the ego mind comes in, the pessimism comes in and says, well, no one can be happy all the time. You've got to be sad, disappointed, and angry. Oh, sure, I am at times. We are. But we don't look at it from that perspective. We look at it as, this is great, I'm experiencing this. And others will say, well, you're nuts. Happiness is connected to everything, and it is what connects us to everyone. It is an infinite resource that will always be there for us, meaning every part of our lives has an infinite amount of potential, happiness connected to it. An infinite amount of potential happiness connected to it. Always there for us. So when we focus on our breath, right? We move ourselves into the now. We breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. When we do this, it literally stills the ego mind and the subconscious mind, which means you leave them alone. You leave them alone. You don't interact with them. I know that sounds strange to some people, but you've been there and you didn't even know it. You ever gone off in a zone? You're doing something and all of a sudden you just start staring and you're frozen. You're really not moving. You just start staring. You're not staring at anything. You're just staring. And all the noises and sounds and everything around you almost seem to disappear. And someone might say, you ever had this happen? You might be doing it to somebody. They might be in a zone where you say, hey, did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? And you finally, shake your eyes and go, what were you saying? And then someone said, well, where were you? I was in a zone. I don't know where I was, and I really don't care where I was. It was good, though. Felt good. Felt really releasing. I felt light as a feather. I didn't have a care in the world. I wasn't worrying, stressing, or fearing. I just went into this zone. How do you do that? Don't know. It just happens. You go in the zone, and you leave the mind, you leave everything alone. In the now. Period. Right in the moment. Because you're not thinking about anything. You're not worrying about anything. You're not fearing anything. It isn't there. We all have a choice. You'd be zone of happiness or zone of what? Sadness, suffering, pain. Never get too attached to anything on this planet, people, places, or things. Don't get too attached, because one day they'll be gone. So we focus only on the now, second to second, breath to breath. Someone could come to you and say, where do you see yourself a year from now? You really don't have a clue. I exist in the now. That's where I reside, moment to moment, breath to breath. That's how I exist. Aren't you worried about your future? No. The future is in the now. It's not later. It's always in the now. We know these things. Most of us do. But it's creating them, okay? And it's literally understanding that our vibrational frequency has a lot to do with our happiness. Now, honestly, you go to bed worrying, stressing, and fearing, like a lot of people on this planet do every night. Are they going to wake up happy? No, they're going to wake up worried, stressing, and fearing. It's like some people, another day, another dollar, woe is me, oh, hum-dee-dee. Or they got to go to work. They got to go to work. And then when they don't work and they're just on vacation, they're worried about having to go back to work. You ever heard people say that we're on this vacation and it's fun, but good things come to an end, and all of us will have to go back to work. But you choose to do something you enjoy doing, your perspective and attitude will be totally different. When you do something you enjoy, you're always on vacation. It's just a natural state of being. Happiness is having someone to love, something fun to do every day, and something to look forward to. Now, there's a visualization in this meditation that we'll do. You look at this planet. We've all seen it, right? And the planet is how you perceive it. Through the heart mind, how you view it, how you feel it. And so all of us on this meditation, on and off world, know that there's many things transpiring. Many. A lot of these things occupy many of our thoughts. Picture a kind of a cascading all over the place, coming down, a golden white pink light. And see it as it comes down everywhere, not like a waterfall in one place, but it's everywhere. It's descending upon the planet. And as you look up, all you see are the sparkles of the golden color, the white and the pink lights, and it feels really warm and really relaxing and really joyful. It's like nirvana. You're in a very high state of happiness and joy and contentment and peace. And this is a cascading, and it's coming down everywhere. Not like a rain, but a constant flow of this golden white pink light. And it's saturating and permeating everything that you can see. Everything. Everything that you can feel. And it's not a cloudburst, it is a constant. And you can see people walking in it, and they're shimmering in golden white pink light. You see their silhouette of their body. You don't really see the flesh part of the body. You see this golden white pink shimmering light encasing everyone as they're walking by, as you're walking around, enjoying this constant flow of golden white pink light. There's no darkness. There's no negativities. There's no angers. There's no hatreds. There's no prejudices. There's just a total feeling through your heart minds of total contentment, peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, and joy. You feel it. And we've all felt that. But this time it's constant. And you can feel it within you, and you can feel it coming into you. Everywhere. And everyone is with us. All the ascended masters, all the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, the archangels, we're all walking together. All of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth, all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, all light energy beings, all of us walking in this golden white pink light. We become this golden pink white pink light. We are this golden white pink light, the gods that we are within these bodies. And the shimmering of this light and the warming of it, it's like we're all being embraced in an eternal, warm, relaxing contentment. You don't see greens, you don't see any other colors but the golden white pink light. The atmosphere, the soil, the ground, the trees, everything is permeated with the golden white pink light. The lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies are gone. They don't exist anymore. You look up at the sky, it's all golden white pink light. You look in other people's eyes, golden, white, pink light. This is the love that we are all made from and of. You know, picture this planet with that going on. Go outside the atmosphere far enough away so the planet's about the size of a basketball. See it. It is this absolutely breathtaking golden white pink light. And it's brilliant. It takes away the darkness of sacred space and fills it with golden white pink light. It expands in the solar system. It starts affecting all the planets, not just Earth. It moves on to the galaxy. Picture the Milky Way galaxy as an image of golden white pink light. Picture the entire universe as all golden white pink light. Picture as it continues to grow, expand, and intensify through your heart, mind, emotion. Picture. It becomes everywhere. The elimination of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Where they're absorbed and literally vanished because of their low frequency in the golden white pink light. Healings, regeneration, all of it taking place in the golden white pink light. You imagine that a civilization, its existence, is golden white pink light. You imagine other beings coming to this planet and seeing this? It would rock their socks. This is the direction that this civilization is heading. Yes, there's steps to it. But it's nice once in a while to get a glimpse of it. The golden white pink light. Remember that this means that you are everything and everything is you. Everything on this planet, golden white pink light, cascading, shimmering, sparkling. You look at your hands, golden white pink light. And this is not the type of a golden white pink light you would see that you would depict on this planet. It is 1 billion times more intense, deep, vibrant, and colorful. This is how the actual God source within these bodies is. When we as the gods want to emit a deeper, higher frequency of love, the pink becomes more prevalent. When we want to express a higher energy of peace, the white of the golden white pink light becomes more prevalent. And then when we want to express abundance, generosity, humbleness, gentleness, kindness, we express the golden part of the light more prevalent. So we can express, you can see this happening with all of us as we express these energies. Parts of the golden white pink light, the white might become brighter, or then the gold might become brighter, or the pink might become brighter. Throughout the day, and in the silent time of this meditation, Exist in it. Be in it, because you are it. This golden white pink light. It is the God that we all are. It always has been, it always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. I'll join in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Be still. Through inner peace, outer power is generated. With inner freedom, boundless love is created. Meditate on pure consciousness. Feel the inner peace and the outer power. You will discover your divinity. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for our Reverse Aging Health Call, and tomorrow, Saturday, March 27th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation Call.